Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about making friends at university. It's pretty obvious that I've kind of stopped making videos related to school, and that's not what I want to do fully. I will continue to make some videos about education related topics, and that's not really how I want to run my channel. Like, I do want to make some videos talking about like education, school, university, whatever, just because it's something that I'm still involved in. I attend uni now and it's a big part of my life, and that's why I want to still talk about it, but obviously I won't talk about it as regularly as I used to. Hopefully you guys will enjoy today's video. If you do, smash like, it helps me out a lot. Also subscribe to the channel if you're new today. Today we're going to be talking about making friends at university, because this is a topic that I think a lot of people get anxious with. And just because of that, I feel like me making this video may be quite beneficial. Now, guys, I've got to be honest. I'm not going to give you super good advice to making friends that's going to make you super popular, because that just isn't going to happen. Straight off the bat, I know I haven't talked about my university very much in videos. Pretty much uni is going good for me. It seems like I'm actually understanding what's being taught in lectures, and I don't feel like I'm behind or underperforming or anything, so that's pretty good. Honestly, I'm just enjoying doing my degree right now, and that's fantastic. I hope it continues to be like that. In terms of friends, I do have friends, but I was really nervous about not being able to make friends. When I went to uni for the first time, the University of Nottingham, almost straight away, I actually was recognised by a few people at the campus. Not people who were taking the same subject as me, nor were in the same lectures as me, but in just walking around the university campus, I have actually been recognised like 5 or so times at uni, which I think is nuts, saying that I don't have a huge YouTube channel or anything. I think it's just because the content that I've made on my channel is very orientated towards quite a niche market. And because of that, I've been able to talk to people about my channel, but I haven't persevered or gone out of my way to be friends with these people. I say fans, they may not be fans, they may just be aware of me. That's probably the reality of the situation. I mentioned this before publicly, and a lot of my friends believe I'm lying, which I think says something about my old friends. I'm not saying I have really bad friends from like sixth form or whatever, because I do have some really good friends from sixth form. But I feel like with me, I kind of like didn't make good friends at sixth form, besides a few. Like, I had quite a few friends who didn't really care about me. Like, they were just friends with me because, I don't know, I'm funny, I guess. And that's not a good thing. So going to uni and actually having friends who seem to actually care about me is really weird. I'm not slamming Fat John Studios or anything. He's one of the few friends that is exempt from the description that I previously discussed. But on a real note, though, I'm not really too used to like people actually liking me that much. I've always been quite controversial. I've always been treated more as like a comedian more than a person. I felt like. I remember I went to my first lecture, and there was this guy who's now my friend, I like to believe. He was talking to some older year students, and I was just standing there, and this person invited me. They were like, "Oh yeah, come talk to us, don't just stand alone." And then they all had to leave because they were in a different year, and it was just me and this other year one guy. And honestly, we just talked, and he seemed like an alright guy, and that's what it sprouted from. I was also put in like a tutor group for my practicals. You know, I got on with a few people in there, but I always have this problem, right? And I feel like this is a problem that universally everyone will have if they go to a very good uni. I feel like when it comes to chemistry specifically, and the people who study the same degree as me, I feel like I'm very different to a lot of them. Not all of them. I'm not saying I'm the only normal one, and I'm definitely not normal. But it seems like a lot of people who do my degree are very nerdy. There's this guy who's worn this goddamn t-shirt on about 10 different occasions in the past like half month. He has a blue t-shirt, and his t-shirt says like, "My t-shirt is actually red, but you're not going fast enough," which is like a red shift joke. And he also has a t-shirt that says, "Chemistry is as easy as pie," and then there's the pie symbol. Surprisingly, he has no friends, and he is a complete loner. But that's the thing I always notice. I notice that there are a lot of very nerdy people on my course, extremely nerdy people. And I don't want to be insulting or anything, but they clearly are virgins. I'm a virgin as well, but effectively they don't really talk to anyone, and they're just weird. It's a bit unnerving. And I know for a fact that my girlfriend, Isha, She actually goes to a better uni than me by grade requirement. Well, technically, if we want to work it out properly for chemistry, technically our unis are very level. So shut up, guys. Do not call me dumb. What the guys? So don't call me dumb, innit? Because she's in a uni which has such high grade requirements. Most of the people who are attaining these nuts A-level results of like A*AA, like these are just people who are complete nerds and losers. So because of that, you kind of put in a position where people are nice to you, but the people who are nice to you, like, they're not that funny. And I know she's kind of struggled with that a little bit. Probably shouldn't mention that in the video. She might get mad at me, but hey, I'm an honest guy. What can I say? It's the same for me as well. Like, I've met quite a few people who are nice people, but they're just not funny. Not all of them. There is a set of lads that are actually really funny and really nice, and they're my actual friends, I like to believe. But a lot of the people in my course I've talked to, and they're funny sometimes. Like, if I just talk and they don't speak, like, that can be quite funny. If you want to actually make friends and you're struggling, I think the best thing to do is join a society. That's probably the best thing to do. I really wish I could join many societies, but unfortunately, because I commute, the hours are just really bad. Like, I know for boxing, which is the main society I wanted to join, it's like 6 till 7, which is not horrendous if you live on the campus. But for me, if my lectures finish at 3 or 4, which is when they normally finish, I have 2 hours, 3 hours to do nothing. And after that goddamn session's finished, it's 7, it takes me an hour to get home. So I'll be back home for 8 just to do boxing. It's not worth it. Luckily, I found someone who's actually interested in boxing, who is a good friend of mine, actually. And that's been great because we found a common interest. But obviously, if I went to boxing society, there would be more people who would have a similar interest to me. Try and join sport societies. They're the best ones. If you are at a really, really high level uni, join a sports society, because generally speaking, the nerdy people who, yeah, they're nice people, but they're just not funny and you just don't want to be their friend. And I'm not trying to be discriminatory or however you say that word. I never like to say it. All these people who, you know, they're quite shallow, they only care about studying, they're not going to be joining sports societies. The people who are going to be joining the sports societies are people who want to get into that sport. And if you're joining the society, you probably do as well. So you can bond with people very well. But honestly, making friends at uni is quite nice. Like, for me personally, I have friends who I feel like actually care about me. And I don't want people to feel sorry for me or anything, but at sixth form, you know, I had people I could talk to and I had a laugh with a lot of people. But I remember many occasions, you know, I'd be struggling with holding things, for example, from my bag, and no one would really help me. I remember a couple of days ago, you know, I was getting a sandwich out of my bag. The sandwiches were poorly made. The cheese was falling out. You know, I'm trying to clean bulk, and it's hard, man, because you have to make everything yourself. You have to cook everything yourself. It's so annoying. And effectively, you know, I was really struggling. I was about to drop some stuff, and one of my friends was just like, oh, let me hold that for you. And that was nice. And then the feeling of them actually waiting for me before, and the feeling of, like, people waiting for me, like, that's weird. Like, I remember at sixth form, like, my friends there, they're not bad. I'm not saying they're horrendous people. I'm not saying that I wish I wasn't their friend, but they just weren't as nice to me. Maybe that was a bit my fault, because I didn't do anything for them either, to be honest. I mean, I did try to, but it was kind of looked down on, I guess. But it's just nice, that transition is. And I feel like it's important to realise that with uni, if you're going to go to a really high level uni, like a uni where everyone's got their heads screwed on properly, chances are you're not going to make, you know, your best friends. Generally speaking, the best thing to do is make friends at uni, try to make friends at uni, don't be afraid to talk to new people, but also keep your old friends, keep in contact with them, keep going out with them when you can. Obviously, if they live really far away, it's difficult, but you can still message each other, you can still call. It's very important to stay in contact with people who have known you for years. It's way better than just counting on people who barely know you to take care of you and to be nice to you and talk to you deeply about things. Something I had an issue with at uni, though, is talking to girls. I can talk to girls, you know, I don't find it awkward or anything, but I'm just so bad at finding like a level. Like, I'm not like a bad person. I'm not saying that, oh guys, I can't stop myself from being a pussy, man. No, what can I say? I'm not saying that. But like with me, when I talk to girls in like a friendly way, I always feel like I'm flirting, and I really don't like that at all, because I don't want to flirt with random girls. It's really bad, actually. This sounds horrendous. He's just going to be watching this video like, hang on, what the flip? No, it's not like that. But it's like when I talk to a girl and I'm getting on with them, in my head, I'm like, I hope I'm not showing signals that I like them. And it doesn't help that I have a bulge all the time. And it's just awkward, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a big man as well. Like, I'm a henchman. I'm hot as hell, as you guys can clearly tell. I don't really care about being friends with girls just because of this, because I just feel like I'm giving them signs that I like them and I don't want to lead girls on. I think that's a prick move. And I've actually seen many girls complain about, oh, I love it when guys think you're flirting with them, but you're actually just talking to them. I've seen girls complain about this, but then complain at men for like not recognizing that a girl likes you and hence them feeling played because they kind of just led them on even though they're not interested in them. So it's a little bit like, what the flip? So yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of making friends. Like, it wasn't too deep for me because I just talk to people. And generally at uni, everyone wants to make friends. There's no one who just doesn't want to talk to anyone. That's very rare. I always see people, though, in my subject, just people in general, who just, like, stand around and just don't talk to anyone. And I know it's hard to talk to people, but you really need to. Because if you're in a position where you're not talking to anyone, it's just not good at all. It's worse for you just to mill around and not talk to anyone and be lonely than just talk to someone. There'd be a chance that it's a bit awkward and they don't really want to talk to you. Like, it's way better to at least try. It's very important to also take care of yourself. I always hear that, oh, once you go to uni, you only focus on your course, and after that, you let everything die. And you know what? To some extent, that has kind of happened to me. You know, I've really not cared about making videos, and that's something I want to get back into. There was a time for a couple of days, you know, I didn't work out or anything. So that was kind of bad. And then for a couple of days, you know, I was staying up till 3, 4 in the morning and waking up at like 12 when I had days off. So that's not good either. But it's very important to just take care of yourself. And it's very important to not forget about everything and just prioritize uni. Because yes, you need to work hard in uni. But if you're just focusing on uni, like, you're not going to be happy, even if you do well at uni. I've got some interesting content coming. I'm going to take YouTube a lot less seriously. I'm going to make some really, really random content. And I feel like that will probably grow my channel because that's how YouTube works nowadays. The weird videos are the ones that do well, you know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye.